It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning. Welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on the 15th day of July, 2021. Of course, we've got a special guest with us this morning. But first, I do have to cover one story because there's been, no news on this at all. Did you know we have another hurricane? Wow. Yeah, we do. That's next. Hurricane Felicia. It's out there in the Pacific, folks. Currently, as of 8 o'clock, the center of the hurricane was located 730 miles southwest of Baja, California. Felicia is moving toward the west at 12 miles an hour. A gradual turn to the west-southwest is expected sometime during the night tonight, with the motion expected to continue over the next 48 hours. Maximum sustained winds have increased to 85 miles an hour with higher gusts. Felicia has rapidly intensified into a Category 1 hurricane over the past 12 hours, and further intensification is expected over the next day or so. Hurricane force winds extend about 25 miles from the center, and there's absolutely no estimation of any land interaction. So that's a damn hurricane that's just going to spin around out there in the Pacific and go nowhere. But I have to mention it. So there is one system over the Atlantic, but it's not supposed to go anywhere either. So I ain't even talking about that. All right, special guest today. You guys all know her. Excuse me. Wow, choked on my tongue there. You guys all know our guest today, Sue Bryant. She's been with us many times before. She is the travel editor of the Sunday Times and my good friend. So let's welcome in Sue Bryant. Hey, Sue, welcome back to Chillie Chats.
Hello. You've just promoted me. I'm actually cruise editor, not travel editor.
I know you're cruise editor. I don't know why I say that wrong every time, and your boss fusses at me.
It would be nice.
Yeah. Well, that's me. Know me. I have to screw something up. The other day I did a whole damn show with no audio. I was terrific for a new show. All right. You just got home from the Silhouette. You're getting ready to travel again. I know we can't talk about what you're going to do, but anyway, you just got home from the Silhouette.
Yep.
Celebrity Silhouette. My first question to you, and this is different than most people I ask because I haven't interviewed somebody that's been on a cruise that also has had COVID. How do the protocols differ, or do they at all for you that went through the COVID regimen? Do you test differently? I'm just curious.
No, it's I'm double vaccinated, and the cruise lines operating the round Britain summer cruises at the moment are all pretty strict about double vaccination. So, I had COVID in January and I did have long COVID, but it's not even a question that's asked when you're boarding a ship. Have you had long COVID? If you can prove that you've got 2 vaccinations, and for Celebrity, we had to do a PCR test within 72 hours of getting on the ship. That's a strict test, not just an antigen test. So they were pretty convinced that we were all okay. So no, it's the second one I've done. I also went on MSC Virtuosa, and again, there was testing beforehand, but nobody asked if I still had COVID. If I still had COVID, I wouldn't be traveling anywhere. So, and I did do an antibody test just out of interest some time ago, and I'm stuffed full of antibodies, so I'm absolutely fine.
That's probably a really good thing that you're stuffed full of antibodies.
Yeah.
I'm stuffed full of bourbon. It doesn't help me at all. I don't understand. All right, Celebrity Silhouette. Give us a little rundown on Celebrity, on the Silhouette, and on did they do it right?
Oh yes, we had a blast. It was you've got to remember it was football fever because we're in the middle of the European Championship. So the atmosphere on the ship was pretty amazing anyway. But yeah, it's quite a few cruise lines have started up here now, sailing only around England so far and Northern Ireland, but Scotland is now reopening to cruising, so they can start to go to Scotland, but only around British waters, the British Isles, only for Brits, and the vast majority of the cruise lines only for double vaccinated Brits. So MSC was first, Celebrity was one of the next ones to follow, and Silhouette's fresh out of a massive refit and is looking very good indeed. So it was a rearranged itinerary because Scotland has really been causing problems because all the cruise lines had been planning to call in the ports for Edinburgh and Glasgow, but couldn't because they wouldn't accept cruises. So Celebrity, they did arrange this slightly weird itinerary. So we went from Southampton east to Dover, then we went back west past Southampton, around Land's End, and then up through the Irish Sea to Belfast. And then the ship went to Liverpool, but I got off in Belfast, and then it sailed back to Southampton. So it was almost the whole experience was really about the ship. I mean, the ports were nice, and we went on our bubble tours because you can't go off on your own. You have to do the ship's excursions. But the whole, for me, and I think for a lot of people on board, the joy of this was just simply sailing and having lots of fun and really enjoying the ship. So yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it seemed like you ran into some pals there.
Buddies. These are my buddies who I haven't seen. Well, one of them, the one on the right, Gary, I hadn't seen for more than a year. So, yeah, we Zoom every week. We chat most days. But and Adam, the other one, lives down the road from me. Adam from Cruise Critic. So we do see each other. But the three of us hadn't been together for such a long time. It was just so nice. And I got the feeling a lot of people on the ship were there for the ship and just to hang out with their friends. And Celebrity is now all inclusive, so you got no bar bill at the end unless you go for the fancy cocktails like I did. But yeah, it was a great buzz on the ship.
Well, now a little bird told me that they really screwed up once on this cruise, though. They let you get into the wine cellar. Is that true?
Yeah. Yes, that's is the wine tower in the main dining room, which anyone who's sailed on Celebrity will recognize that. It sits at one end of the main dining room. It's like this sort of gilded cage with all these incredible reds in it. And one of the reds is called Screaming Eagle. I think it's a Californian wine, and it's $4,500 for a bottle. Ooh. So I was sort of fishing around for that. But no, I thought they might lock me in there, but they let me go again.
Of course, the other thing that's important to me is the pool and the hot tubs.
Yeah.
And that's a lovely pool setup, and the hot tubs are going.
We had good weather. I had no pool time because I was running around the ship doing things and, I don't know, going ashore in Dover. But yeah, lots of people you've got to remember Brits are very hardy. So even if it's not actually very warm, they'll lie around the pool. And there was one day where it was pretty cold, and there's always one or two that will always be around the pool, even in the most freezing weather. But that pool, as you can see, is quite sheltered, because it's dropped down and it's got those white things are the sort of cabana areas, and that kind of protects it from the wind. So yeah, it was very comfortable, and happy time.
And that's the funnel.
Oh,
of course, the Celebrity funnel.
Blue sky, and to be on a ship again, it made me happy taking that picture.
Yeah,
that's taken from the Lawn Club, which is that's my cabin before I messed it up. So everything's had a refit. I mean, the whole ship's there's some areas that have changed. The cabins haven't been changed structurally, but I think a lot of the soft furnishings and the bed linens are all new. So the ship felt as good as new. So it felt really nice. And there's some nice developments. These are the cabanas on the Lawn Club, which have all been done up with very kind of cool, pretty colours and plants. And I don't know, what picture have you got next? Because I'm going to tell you about the Lawn Club.
I don't. I have one that I got on the from the Sunset Bar.
Oh yes, that's the one.
Go ahead with that.
So
by the way, I never got. Sue sent me a video, guys, and I had trouble getting it to work. I pulled John in this morning. We finally figured out how to do it, and I ran out of time to get it uploaded to StreamYard before we went on the air. So I don't have her little clip of the bottom fill beer glass.
Damn, that means I'm going to have to describe it. So I'll tell you about the Lawn Club first, because really intrigued me. So everyone who knows these Solstice class ships knows that they've got a half acre of living lawn on the top deck.
Right.
And the lawn is it's kind of one central bit, and then there were previously two sort of different arms of the lawn that went down each side. And the sunset bar is at the aft of the ship. So what they've done, they've taken away, there's only the main middle bit of lawn left. And in place of that, they've put these kind of really nice seating areas and lounging areas. So it makes the sunset bar bigger, and it makes the lawn smaller, obviously, but there's still plenty of space to play croquet or have a picnic or whatever. But it's just this kind of really, really lovely chill out area up there now with more places to sit. Yeah, that's the new sunset bar. So I'm trying to remember how it used to look, because I have frequented many sunset bars in my time, but it's got more kind of sitting areas, more social distancing areas. It used to be somewhere, and it will again when times go back to normal, where everybody would cram around that bar in the evening at sunset at Sail Away. And obviously now you have to have waiter service. You can't go and stand at the bar. But I really love the whole vibe up there. I thought they've done a beautiful job.
Emma's with us. Hey, Emma, good morning again. That's 2 days in a row Emma's been with me. That's amazing. I had JJ Cruz on yesterday, and that was fabulous. I think about half the people didn't get off in each port. The ship was the destination.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. So, I mean, also, the ports, to us, the ports are not terribly exotic. Some, Belfast has a lot to offer, and Liverpool, people did a Beatles tour, I think, and had a blast. And I went on a steam train from Dover, but it was just good to be on the ship. So
I'm seriously thinking about my first travel is going to be on a train here too. So it's interesting that you took the train down.
No, it was a steam train. It was a scenic train.
A real honest to God steam train, not y'all's usual trains.
It was fun. It was kind of like a vintage steam train.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's the kind of thing that I would never do here because, most of us don't play tourist in our own country very much. So, but yeah, I did the steam train excursion. So,
my guest this morning, of course, is Sue Bryant, the cruise editor. I got it right that time. Of the Sunday Times. And just real quickly run through the chat room. Tom Henry's with us. Gretchen's here. Katie's here.
Hello, everyone.
Is Chillie serving steak for lunch today? No, Chillie's not. Chillie, as a matter of fact, Chillie has to go get his eyes examined this afternoon. I'm going to go get in the pool, do my exercise in the pool, and then go to the eye doctor, which has been 4 years, I think. And chemo did some things to my eyesight. So I need new glasses. So, did Sue see Emma? Did you see Emma on the cruise? How can you miss Emma?
Yeah, of course I saw Emma on the cruise.
If Sue got anywhere near cookies, she saw Emma because Emma was always looking for cookies. Emily's with us from up in New York. She says, good morning to everybody. Of course, Emma said, hey to Sue and Chillie. Nikki's with us from down in Jacksonville. Good morning, all you guys. John's with us from up in beautiful Minnesota. Good morning, all. Sorry, John, I could not get I didn't have time to get the video uploaded onto StreamYard. Thank you for your effort. However,
do you want me to describe it?
Yeah, describe. I thought it was pretty cool.
I know it was quite a cool video. You can save it for another time when you've got it working. So there's a new bar called Craft Social, which is a beer bar. I don't drink beer, so I'm not that informed about it. But there are many, many different kinds of beer in there. But they've got this thing called Bottom Up. So they've got these funny glasses with a sort of vacuum, a little hole in the bottom with some kind of vacuum stopper. And I think it's just a gimmick. The guy said to us this is for the sake of speed as well. So if he needs to pour lots of pints at once. But they put the glass onto this metal disc. And lo and behold, it fills up from the bottom. So the beer starts coming in the bottom of the glass and it goes like that to the top. And it's got, if you imagine a pint being poured from a keg or whatever, it gets a head on the top. And the bartender has to wait until the foam is gone and then top it up. So there's none of that with this. So I mean, it is a gimmick and everyone's looking at it, but they're also envisioning the day when they can just create 6 beers in one go, like bang, 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 because I think there were 6 different places to put the glass. So it was fun. It was, I mean,
do they charge you extra for filling it from the bottom?
No.
Oh, that's right. Celebrity gives you this.
It's all inclusive anyway.
Yeah.
Which is nice, actually. The all-inclusive thing is, I mean, I do like an all-inclusive ship. It's really nice not having to always think, can I afford this, or have I spent too much? And I mean, there was some complicated bits where I like a martini in the evening, and the all-inclusive martinis were in these tiny weeny glasses, almost like shot glasses. And I like a martini in a proper glass, but they're quite good because they give you an allowance for your martini, which is from the all-inclusive package, and then you just pay the difference. So I think I was paying $4.50 for a fairly hefty martini, which kept me going.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Some cruise lines might charge you extra, might charge you for the whole big martini, but Celebrity didn't. So,
and a question that came up on yesterday's show with JJ's Cruises, JJ Cruise, they have done a bunch of sailings over on, of course, on our side of the pond. On the Silhouette, did you go in the casino at all?
No, we're not big gamblers over here.
Yeah.
It was open. There's a new bar in the casino. I remember seeing that on our tour. It's kind of like almost like a little sports bar now with TV screens. So, but no, I mean, the casino isn't, we don't tend to go on cruises here to go to the casino. It's just a small feature of the ship to us. We go to the pub.
I was wondering if they allowed any smoking in the casino, which is becoming a kind of a controversial issue on our side of the pond.
No.
Because Carnival does and others don't. And anyway.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm pretty sure they didn't. And if they did, nobody was smoking because you'd be able to tell immediately. There were smoking areas outside where the smokers hung out. But no, I didn't. I'm pretty sure Celebrity doesn't allow it at all. So I know what you mean, though. But it's because the casino's kind of in the middle of all the action on Celebrity, and the smell of the smoke would kind of go all over the ship. So,
well, that was my problem with my last cruise. I got home from the Carnival Sunrise on March the 2nd, and then was totally shut down last year.
Yeah.
And I canceled 6 cruises after that. But on the Carnival Sunrise, they funnel any place you have to go on the ship, you get funneled through the casino.
Mm.
And they had a huge casino bar, which people went to smoke.
Ooh.
So you had no choice but to walk through, secondhand smoke like crazy, which, and me, now I smoked for 56 years, but I've quit now 6 years as of 3 weeks ago.
Hey.
So that really bothered me. And that was one of the things that I didn't like about Carnival, and we had a discussion about that yesterday. A similar situation. Tom Henry asked one thing: any information on CDC versus Florida lawsuit? Didn't Florida have to have a response by Monday? I have not gotten anything from anybody on that at all, Tom. No idea.
No, none the wiser here either, I'm afraid.
Jason's with us. Hey, Jason. Jason's up in Pittsburgh. He says, howdy.
Howdy.
Tom Henry, I had no sound again on my PC, but iPad was good. Oops, I pulled a power plug from. Yeah. You're going to give me a heart attack, Tom. No audio again. Jeez, peasy. John says you should have video clip now.
Oh, the beer. We'll make it work.
Where?
Otherwise, I'll just have to hold up my phone and show it on that.
Yeah. I'll do that another day when I have time to upload it. Sonny's with us from down in Mississippi. Hey, Sonny, how you doing? Sonny just got back from a cruise too. So we've had some people over here that have been able to cruise.
Yeah.
As well with all that's been going on this side of the pond. The Silhouette, food, specifically buffet, how did they handle it?
You line up and you tell them what you want, you point at what you want, and they give it to you. I avoided the buffet. Actually, no, I didn't. That's not true at all. At lunch, I went there because Celebrity always has fantastic salad bar, and they also do really good curry. So breakfast was quite busy up there.
Yeah.
And I went to the place by the pool instead because I could get a decent coffee there and just some yogurt or something. So, but for lunch, yeah, I went up to the Ocean View Cafe, and it was fine. You know, there's lots and lots of different food stations. It's really no different. I'm kind of used to it now, not self-service. I mean, it's, you know, I always have a big salad and you have to stand there and point at things and tell them what you want. And you go, no, a bit more of this, a bit more of that. So I suppose it takes a bit longer, but it's fine. I think it's something that people have accepted. All the people who've been on cruises now, I think they've accepted that. And I can't really see how it would return to any other way at the moment. You know, they're very strict on board.
The surprising thing to me is Carnival and now Norwegian, when they start later in the month up in Alaska, they're going back to the old ways.
Really?
They're requiring everybody be vaccinated.
Yeah.
So we're not sure how that's going to handle with sailings out of Florida, although Royal Caribbean and Celebrity are doing a pretty good job of getting around it with the way they're working it. But Carnival and the Norwegian announced yesterday that buffet is like it's always been, but they are requiring everybody to be vaccinated.
But you've got different rules there. I mean, in Europe, not just in the UK, in Europe, I think the all the protocols are quite strict. They're different. So I'm going on Silversea next week. And I think, I mean, Silversea is very posh anyway, so you probably wouldn't serve yourself. You'd always be served. But I mean, the cruise lines I've looked at in Europe are all saying, don't expect self-service at the buffet. Certainly not the ones sailing around the UK. I mean, it's for the rules in the UK all change on Monday. But for the time being, the cruise lines are stricter than the rules are ashore. So there are more restrictions on a ship than you would find ashore because they're so careful. So I wouldn't expect it to change here.
How about masking?
Yeah. Masks everywhere. And people comply. I didn't see anybody not wearing a mask where they were expected to. You don't have to wear it outside, but anywhere inside, you wear it. You walk around the corridors, you have to put your mask on. You walk into the restaurant, you have to wear it, and then you take it off when you sit down. But again, you know, we're so used to it here. Yeah. It's kind of second nature. Whereas I know that a lot of Americans feel very strongly about mask wearing and won't wear one.
Now, it became a political issue here as opposed to a health issue.
Yeah.
And that's where the mistake started. And it's the same thing with vaccinations. You know, it's a political issue instead of a health issue. And that's, to me, it's stupid, but that's just
and also Celebrity gave us rather nice masks. So I quite like mine, kind of a blue silky thing with a little Celebrity logo on. I think if you have a decent one to wear, it helps.
And Bonnie's with us from down in Florida. Hey, Bonnie, how you doing? Again, my guest today, of course, is Sue, who's been with us many, many times before, and she writes stuff for the Sunday Times and is the cruise editor. One of these days I'll get it so I can do that without thinking twice. And Emma says, hey to Bonnie. I'm tickled that Emma's been with me 2 days in a row. That's terrific. Usually she's so busy she doesn't have time to come visit the old fat guy. All right, so you're going on. Are we allowed to talk about next week?
Yeah. I'm going to Greece tomorrow, and I'm going on a very tiny ship. I'm going with Variety Cruises, so it's almost like a big yacht rather than a big motor yacht. We're replacing another cruise that was cancelled at the last minute, and then I'm going straight because it's all fiddly and complicated here, but to avoid quarantining back here or having to take yet more tests, I'm staying in Greece and jumping on Silver Moon, Silversea's new ship. So I've got 2 back-to-back cruises, and many, many things could go wrong and probably will, because many have already. So it's quite a hassle traveling at the moment.
I know it's a pain in the, you know what. Do you feel safe traveling?
Yeah.
Or do you still have things that you're a little about?
No, I feel completely safe. We've got higher infection rates in Britain than anyone else, pretty much. So I mean, it's anywhere you go is going to be safer than here. Plus the fact I'm double vaccinated. Plus the fact I've had COVID, so I'm hopefully got some immunity, as my antibody test showed. I wear a mask. I follow the rules. people in Europe are pretty compliant with mask wearing. So no, I don't feel. I mean, it's a bit weird being on a plane, on a flight. I came back from Belfast on a fairly busy aircraft, but I just sat there in my mask and kept to myself. But no, I don't feel unsafe. I suppose if I sat next to someone on a plane who had a hacking cough, I would be extremely uncomfortable. I mean, that, I suppose, is always the worry, isn't it?
See, that's one of the things that bothers me. Is one of my problems is this oxygen business tends to keep you all screwed up and you cough a lot.
Yeah.
From the oxygen. It's not from me being sick or anything. It's from the damn oxygen. And I'm always afraid, oh my God, somebody's going to see me coughing and think I'm, spreading COVID all over the place.
Yeah.
Look, the damn oxygen.
I've got shocking hay fever, so I'm always sneezing as well. So it's the same. You kind of find yourself apologizing profusely. Say, no, I haven't got COVID, just hay fever.
And we've just been the last, month or so, we're able to go out to restaurants again, as opposed to carrying in everything. So I am getting out 3 or 4 nights a week now, which is great.
Nice.
It's a pain in the butt because, I have the oxygen and I got to drag a tank along, and I have the catheter, and both of those are going to be permanent with me. Apparently I have a chance eventually getting rid of the oxygen, which that'll be the first time I'll be able to actually travel again, because right now, no cruise ship will let anybody on with oxygen.
Yeah, I've heard that.
In the past, they've always worked with folks with oxygen, but now, no, that's straight across the board, absolute done.
Give it a year and maybe things will change again. Nothing is normal at the moment. Not really anywhere near normal. So,
and I have to get to the point that my oxygen level is low enough that I can get one of the nifty little carry bag concentrator, as opposed to pulling a 35-pound tank around on a go-kart, which is what I have to do now. And the tank has a total of about 3.5 hours worth of oxygen in it. And then I got to be able to switch tanks. So that doesn't translate well to either flying any place much or getting on a cruise ship. Although in a cruise ship, if I had a concentrator in my cabin, it would be just like my concentrator here that's electric and runs all the time. And then I'd take tanks to go about. But yeah, it's not.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be complaining, should I? About
I have to do a lot of living through your eyes and all my followers' eyes that get to go on these. And so
I'm confident that you'll be back.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. I'm gonna make up for it, and I'm gonna be hell when I do. So. All right, Sue, thank you so much. I know you took time this morning out of a busy schedule and getting ready to go now for several weeks that you're going to be gone. So you got to pack your bikinis, because I know you're going to go jumping off one of those ships in Greece in the water like you did last time.
I am.
And you realize that you're going to have to give us another report. You're going to have to come visit us one more time.
A 2-ship report.
Yeah, 2 ships we can talk about next time. So anyway, guys, Sue, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
And everybody that's here, thank you guys for being with us. We got a whole bunch of new subscribers that came in yesterday from JJ Cruise visit, and then they did a rather nice talking about me last night on their live stream. And so we got to pick up a bunch of their guys. So if any of you guys are in my audience today, thanks for being with me. And Sue, again, have a wonderful trip.
Thank you.
Stay safe. Have a good time. Take lots of pictures, and we'll see you next time we're here. For everybody else, I'll see everybody tomorrow morning at same time, same place, 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time with Travel and Cruise Industry News with Chillie Falls. And Sue, we'll see you next time. And that's it for today, everybody. Later, y'all. See you later.
Everybody.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.